Game 1, best of 5. Last year, you know, all the publicity was that Yankees-Oakland first-round series that was unbelievable for the second straight year. This one was just as good. Are they at it again? Well, Albert Pujols is at it again. This will be a deep gap for one hop off the wall. Bounds away from Finley, and Pujols is going to try for 3. Here's the relay from Spivey. Not in time. So Pujols, who was up when Edmonds was thrown out stealing the last inning, now just jumps on the first offering from the unit. And then it took a crazy carom out there, enabling to get another base shot.
Well, Steve Finley did everything he possibly could. That is an outstanding pitch there. There are very few people that can hit that pitch that hard and that far. But Pujols has become one of them. Finley cuts it off. He gets it to the relay man. Not near in time. Look at that pitch. It seems like what Chuck Nifflin discussed with Randy Johnson was to throw the off-speed stuff.
And then this one is belted back. It goes back, 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 and goodbye. Scott, rock and rollin', rocks the unit.
How about that?
Triple and homer. 2 pitches.
2 off-speed pitches, Boomer. It was like he said, all right, the first time around they were looking fastball. Let's try something different. An outstanding splitter hit for a triple. Look at the breaking ball. I mean, it's kind of a first pitch get over strike. Well, guess what? It got over that fence and left center in a hurry.
Rolen, who had the most homers in the National League in September with 10, now has tied for the most homers in the National League in October with 1. Hello for a first postseason game ever, huh? And this is quiet, and that's a chopper through the box by Edgar Renteria. You said at the outset, the most dangerous lineup top to bottom in the National League. And they didn't care that they were playing against Randy Johnson. And so far, they have gone up there with authority. Edmonds homered, Pujols triple, Rolen homer, 4-2 Cards. You know, you just Thursday at 4 Eastern for Game 2 of this series, still in Arizona, with Curt Schilling pitching for the Arizona Diamondbacks against Chuck Finley for the Cardinals.
You know, Tony La Russa likes to squeeze as much as any manager in the National League.
Or a little broken bat job will do it. Renteria will come around to score. So Matheny with a base hit, and the Cardinals with a 5-2 lead.
Bob Finley just has to be in disbelief with what's going on. He had everything in place. He had Randy.
There are probably the most states of rabid fans, any team, the St. Louis Cardinals. Partly because of where they are. They were like the Western team way back when, right? The Western team once upon a time in St. Louis. The strength of KMOX, where they reached all these places. People drive 12, 13 hours from New Orleans. People in New Orleans, rabid Cardinal fans. You know that. You pitched some there.
And you know the best part about those fans, they show up.
Oh, yeah.
They show up at that ballpark.
Well, here's a little blooper. Jumping in front of DeLucci. Here's another run home. The onslaught continues as Pujols comes through, and it's, well, we're getting close to 2-touchdown territory, aren't we now? 12-2.
Drew, and you look at Scott Rolen and Curt Schilling. Those are Philly guys.
Yeah, they are.
No wonder they struggled this year.
Drew the other way. Mark Little going back. It's back, 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 and it's gone. J.D. Drew, for the second time in 8 days, has hit a homer off Curt Schilling. For the second time in postseason, has hit a homer off Curt Schilling. And it's 1-0 Cardinals.
Boomer, he's been banged up all year long, but when he's healthy, he is that type of player. Last Tuesday in a big game, he hit a home run off Matt Manti. Take a look at this pitch. I mean, that is paint on the outside corner, down and away. You're supposed to be okay. Take a look at the glove movement there. See how it fans open a little bit. All right, that means it.
Now the first at bat for Miguel Cairo. There's the third base now for St. Louis.
Not his first pinch hit of the year, though.
Nope.
This will be the 60th pinch hit appearance this season. Already 19 hits. More importantly for Tony La Russa, 10 RBIs.
Against Koplov up the middle, diving is Spivey, he can't get it. Renteria being waved around. The throw from Finley is cut off by Grace. Throw in the second, all hands safe. 3-2. The Cardinals lead it 2-1.
How about Miguel Cairo? I mean, here's a guy that was given up on by Tampa Bay, given up on by the Chicago Cubs, and yet they found a role for him. Not an everyday type player, but a versatile type guy that could get some big pinch hits, but none bigger than the one he just got.
2 on, 2 out. 2-1 Arizona leading. And that one snaps in there for a strike.
So when you fall behind 3-0 and a left-hand hitter that can hit the ball out of the ballpark, you have to be a little careful here, because you can say, all right, I'll start all over with the next hitter with no balls and no strikes, and that's what he does here with Pujols. Although I'm not a believer in pitching around a lot of hitters. I believe the more hitters you pitch around, the more trouble you get yourself in, and it catches up with you eventually.
Gino Martinez on deck. A little flare into shallow right for a base hit. Pena heading home. Here comes the throw. Not nearly in time. And over to third base goes Edmonds, and the Cardinals have tied it up. Albert Pujols delivers again.
You know, it may seem like, well, that ball wasn't hit that hard, but that's the way Pujols hits. You get runners in scoring position, he doesn't try to pull the ball, he goes the other way. And again, that's why I say remind me so much of Tony Perez when he was there.
Mike Fetters, the right-hander, in the Arizona bullpen. That is a base hit. Matheny rounding third, and he will score. It is 4-2 St. Louis. And Fernando Vina is on another planet right now.
But the great thing again is the Cardinals' execution. I mean, they're getting the job done when they get the opportunities.
It's the third inning in a row in which they've gotten a clutch 2-out RBI hit.
It looked like a fastball that was moving in towards him a little bit with that late movement, and he rips it into right field for a base hit.
He says the Cardinals are like an amoeba. Left center. That ball is on its way to the wall. Gino Martinez heading home. And Miguel Cairo does it again. 5-3 Cardinals. DeLucci could not catch up to it. And they get that little bit of insurance from the super sub, Miguel Cairo.
And remember, we talked about it before the game. La Russa had a couple of choices to make. He could have brought Albert Pujols in to play third base and put Marrero in the outfield, but he chose to use Cairo, and Cairo has come through big time here for him. He's driven in a couple of runs with 2 outs. And a great, great effort out there by DeLucci.
Miguel Cairo. The ninth inning. That is a base hit. Here comes Cairo. The throw by DeLucci. Too late. And with 2 down, the hits keep on coming for the Cardinals. 6-3.
Even though it didn't work out, I still think you had to do that if you're Bob Brenly. You had to try to keep your 2 powerful left-handed hitters and give them a chance to help you in the bottom of the ninth. Good job by Robinson just going the other way to drive in the run. And guys who are successful, especially a lot of left-handers, hit him, they go the other way because the ball does tail away from you. And the throw by DeLucci, not in time.
Curveball. Misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cairo tonight in his first start after he got the winning hit coming off the bench. Tonight, 3 for 3. Fernando Vina, 2 more hits and a walk tonight. And this should do it. Vina from right field. And the Cardinals are moving on. They have swept last year's World Series champion Arizona 3 games to none.
A 1-0 pitch to Vina. Into center field. Lofton, it's over his head and will roll all the way to the wall. Finley will go to third and hold. Into second is Vina. That ball took off on Lofton. And it's been a twilight zone start here in game 3. Second and third, nobody out.
Rod Serling should be managing at least one of these teams. Off the tip of the glove of Lofton. Kenny going to his left, and that ball did take off. It's going to be scored a double for Fernando Vina. Finley, no experience on the bases, going back to first base. And Vina, who ordinarily would have had a triple on a ball like this, had to look up at second, knowing that Finley's not going to score, and stop.
So now here's Renteria, reinserted into the number 2 spot. And a ball in the dirt as Ortiz has been testing Santiago in this 3rd inning. Renteria struck out his first time 1 out of 9 in this LCS, but drove home 83 during the regular season. Finley and Vina the runners. That's into right field and will send Sanders back. Finley will tag and score. Vina will tag and advance. It's a 1-1 game, and the go-ahead run is 90 feet away with 1 out. Sac fly, Edgar Renteria.
2 for the price of 1. He does 2 things. He plates the runner and moves Vina to third base. Not a bad pitch by Ortiz. Good hitting by Renteria, hitting it deep enough not only to score Finley, but to get Vina to third. Finley walks home to tie the game, and Vina moving easily to third.
So now Jim Edmonds digs his way in, and an opportunity for the Cardinals to take their first lead of this LCS. That's foul.
In San Francisco, they have ball dudes. Gentlemen, septuagenarians generally.
That's Harry Hallsworth.
Oh, Harry,
down
all
the
right.
right field line.
Even Harry can't catch the ball today.
But Harry's
Nobody
67
can catch
years
the-
old.
Oh, he's not a septuagenarian.
He's not.
Harry, I'm sorry.
Harry's 67.
Trying to add 3 years to Harry's life.
You know what that means? Ball 1 on a pitch in the dirt.
Well, someone in their 70s.
Now he's 78. That's Len Herstein.
2 years from being an octogenarian.
That's true.
Yes.
So you have Len on your left and Harry on your right.
Harry tougher than Len because he's playing without glasses today.
Well, Harry's a throwback.
Ball dudes. What a place.
Jim Edmonds 6 out of 10 in his career against Russ Ortiz with a home run and 5 RBIs. Walked his first time up. Runner at third for St. Louis, and a ground ball to the shortstop. St. Louis has the lead on a ground out by Edmonds. 2-1 Cardinals. Who else would it be?
Of course.
Another 2-2 pitch from Russ Ortiz with 1 out. Edmonds tries to go the other way, sends Bonds back, and that is gone. Home run, Jim Edmonds, and a 4-1 St. Louis 5th inning lead. Nearly got 1 out down the right field line, went the other way to get his first home run of this series.
Earlier we talked about how the ball carries to left field, left center. Jim Edmonds, a very good high fastball hitter, so it would stand to reason that he would have good hacks at a guy like Ortiz, who throws a high fastball. Edmonds gets a high fastball right on the sweet spot.
for San Francisco, and Eli Marrero's first up. Hitless today, 1 out of 6 in this series, and he rockets one into left field. Back at the track, at the wall, the Cardinals are back on top. It's 5-4 on a home run by Eli Marrero. The postseason career for Livan Hernandez. He also gets a ton of run support when he pitches in October, over 7 runs a game. Here's a 2-2 to the right side, and the Cardinals take the lead. Kent takes care of Edmonds, and St. Louis is on top 1-0. A double, a fly ball, a ground ball, and the Cardinals are playing small ball to take a first inning lead.
Well, that's kind of the pitch that Jim Edmonds got. A small ball, a changeup, a choked fastball, and Edmonds out in front, but dribbles it to the right side well enough to plate Vina. That's a team run right there. Vina with a double, moved to third on the fly ball to right field, and driven in on the ground ball.
Here is Albert Pujols with the bases cleared now in front of him, 2 out, and Pujols is drilled right in the middle of the back. And that's going to get the Cardinals' attention, you can bet, whether it's intentional or not.
In game 1.
A 1-2 to Drew. Into center field, a base hit. Hit batsman. A single up the middle. It's 2 on with 2 out here in the first inning.
Outside fastball right back through the originator. Right over the head of Hernandez.
So now Tino Martinez, who is frustrated beyond belief. Tony La Russa had to sit him down after yesterday's game, trying to pump him up. He's gone 1 for 22 in the postseason. And he said, look, we don't win that game unless you're at first base because of the defensive plays he made in the game. Tino Martinez said, yeah, but if somebody else was playing first base, you might have scored 10 runs and not 5. Getting the start tonight will sit tomorrow night. La Russa told him, even if you have 3 hits in this game 4, you're not going to start in game 5. And the starter will be either Eduardo Perez or the wild card is Scott Rowland, getting his first start at third base, moving Pujols over to first. That is a possibility tomorrow night. The 0-1 to Martinez is popped down the left field line. A little flare. It's going to drop. It's a base hit. Another run scores, and it's 2-0 St. Louis. It wasn't pretty, but right now Tino Martinez will take that and more of that, and he's doubled the Cardinal lead here in the first.
And he didn't move, nor did he score.
Vina puts that one out to left field. Bonds, runner tagging is Matheny at third base. Bonds has it. He'll make the throw to second to hold the runner at first, and the Cardinals are on the board. A sac fly for Fernando Vina, and a 1-0 Cardinal lead. The second RBI of the series for Vina.
Miles an hour to Albert Pujols, 2-2.
So far in this ballgame, Dale Scott has been giving the low pitch, which had been, before they changed the umpiring rotations, had been a trait of the National League.
2-2, 2 down. Deep center. Way back there. Finley to the wall. It's gone. A home run. And the Cardinals strike first. Albert Pujols to center field. 1-0 St. Louis.
John, and that's why I say the Cardinals can handle good pitching. You can't pitch a hitter any better than Dallas Perez pitched Pujols there. Changed speeds, he threw him fastball. Every pitch was a different speed, and he ends up throwing a changeup away, down, and he still hits it out of the ballpark. That's what you call handling good pitching right there.
You see,
and removes himself from the flight of.
that ball is hammered. Larry Walker has hit one way out of here. 2-0 Cardinals.
I think that's what you call making an adjustment as a hitter. He struck him out with off-speed pitches the last time up. He swung at a couple of bad pitches. But Odalis Perez throws a strike with this one, and he rips it out of here. Right there, pitch about belt high, and he ripped it right out of the ballpark. Good adjustments there by Larry Walker.
And Walker came out for a bow. So each Cardinal hitter who's hit one, the fans demanded a curtain call. Pujols in the first, now Walker here. Second postseason home run for Walker. The last one was 1995, which is the only other time he's ever been in the postseason. He hit a home run against Tom Glavine, who, by the way, was the idol of Odalis Perez when Perez was a kid.
I talked to Tony La Russa today, and he said even though Walker does not hit Odalis Perez well, he knows that he's a good hitter.
That's a base hit up the middle for Albert Pujols on the first pitch.
He says he knows he's a good hitter and he can make adjustments, and he figures he would today, and he was right.
Well, he had one hit in 16 at-bats in his career until that first pitch home run, which now gets followed by a first pitch single from Pujols.
He pitched Pujols about as well as you could pitch him last time up, and he still hit a home run, so he just went right after him with the fastball.
Inside, ball 4. The walk for Rolen moves Pujols over to second. 2 men on with 2 men out, and now Renteria comes out.
You know, the one thing I think is about this Cardinals team, we talk about how good they are offensively. I think one of the things that's underrated is guys like Renteria and Womack. They are really good clutch hitters. They're guys that really do well in the 8th and 9th inning with runners in scoring position, and 2 of those guys will get you a lot of clutch hits. We know about the big 3 or 4, but these guys are also very good. And you can see they led the league in batting average, runs per game, hit.
Renteria walked his first time. 2 men on, 2 men out. That is fair. Off the railing. Pujols in to score. Rolen is going to be waved home. Here comes the throw by Worth. Teeth. A double for Renteria. 4-0 Cardinals.
Edgar Renteria drove in 100 runs last year, and as I said, he is a good clutch hitter, good RBI man, and he just rips his ball down the line. But the one thing that happens here that they did not want to happen was Scott Rolen have to run all the way from first base to home because his leg doesn't bother him other than when he has to stretch out. And he had to stretch out there to score from first with 2 outs. And we'll see how that affects him. But that's the one thing that Tony La Russa was afraid of, was him having to stretch out. He said it doesn't bother him fielding, it doesn't bother him hitting, but when he has to run and stretch out, it does bother his calf.
3 runs are in, and it all started with 2 down and nobody on. Larry Walker hitting the first pitch he saw for a homer. Pujols hit the next pitch for a single. Rolen walked. Now Renteria has doubled home a couple. That ball is hammered deep into right center field and into the bullpen. A 2-run homer for Jim Edmonds. 6-0 Cardinals. An explosion here in the 3rd inning.
these guys are good. I mean, they can handle good pitching. They can handle anything. But the biggest point here to make is that they made adjustments.
Like Will Clark did. When was that? 3-4 years ago, Will Clark came here. And Will Clark helped the Cardinals get to the postseason, and he just did a great job for them. And then when it was all over, he retired. Went out on top. That ball is hammered high and deep into right center field, and that one is gone. Another home run for Larry Walker. The 5th home run of the day for the St. Louis Cardinals, and Walker has 2 of them.
Down there is nothing like day baseball to get the hitters excited. I guarantee you they love playing in the daytime.
A double, a bunt single, a pop-up. And that gets away from Green. In to score is the tying run, Renteria. That'll be an error. Green very lackadaisical taking that throw from Weaver.
Yeah, Joey had to cross over. Left-handed throwing first baseman crossing over into the runner. I think it's going to be a throwing error on Jeff Weaver. The point is, why throw over there?
Cardinals have scored here in the second to tie the game, and now they have a chance with Womack up to take the lead. Into right field. Bradley is back on the run. Can't get it. Over his head. 2-1 St. Louis, and Womack will end up at third. The little guy just hit it a long way.
He really did. Well, he got this ball down more. That ball down and in. Those 2 he fouled off were up around his eyes. And Tony drives it. His first hit of the series. And a big one for the Cardinals.
An easy triple. Pitch down and in. Womack shot it to the wall and right. Cardinals lead 2-1, and Jim Colborn is out to talk to Weaver with Walker coming up.
That area on any hitter, in my view, is the most prolific area to pitch to any hitter. It makes a little man a big man when you pitch him down and in. And Tony Womack proved that adage true one more time.
Here's Walker. Runner at third, 2 down. That's a fair ball. 3-1 St. Louis, and Walker will dig for second and make it.
Walker looking for a ball to pull, and he gets one just inside the line at first base. Diving for it is Sean Green. He can't come up with it. And the Cardinals extend their lead.
Igor, his nickname, the 2-0 pitch. Into center field, a base hit. Here comes Walker. No play at the plate. 4-3 St. Louis. Igor delivers with 2 out.
Yes, master. Hanging breaking ball to Renteria on a 2-0 count. Right in the middle of the plate. And Joe mentioned it, a flair for the dramatic and a big hit for the Cardinals here in the 5th.
Now it'll be Sanders with action for the Dodgers in their bullpen.
Yeah, I don't know about you. It seems like Jeff Weaver's thrown 400 pitches out there tonight.
He's just now trying to get through the 5th. He's made some good pitches. But he just hung one to Renteria. And now Sanders gets hit on the hand.
Now this situation, I mean, how many times have Cardinal fans seen Mike Matheny fire one in front of the right fielder in situations like this, almost feeling for the fastball away. So if you're Milton Bradley, the right fielder, you have to shade him in, particularly in lieu of the fact that Bradley has that pulled hamstring, coupled with the fact that Matheny has no power the other way. So you force him to hit the ball over your head.
Bases loaded, 2 out, 4-3 St. Louis in the 5th. Matheny 0 for 1. Into center field. That is a looping base hit. It'll score 2. 6-3.
So he doesn't loop it into right field, he loops it into center field, driving in 2 to give the Cardinals a 3-run lead.
He's cut down 38% of would-be base stealers on the year. That's a pretty good ratio in this day and age. In the air, well hit, deep left field, and Reggie Sanders has tied it at 1. His first home run, first run batted in this National League Division Series.
Perez tries to come inside to Sanders. You can see the disgruntled look on the face of Brent Maine. Once this ball was hit, he just drops his head. Attack hitter.
There they go. On the ground. And into left field, a base hit. Walker will score, and Renteria has given St. Louis a 2-1 lead.
It's funny, had the runners not been running, that ball perhaps could have been knocked down. But one of the side effects of putting guys in motion is it discombobulates the infielders. They don't get as good a jump as if they see the ball clear.
In the air, down the left field line, hit a ton. Back to the wall is Worth. It is gone. Pujols a 3-run home run.
A 3-1 fastball out over the plate. He is so strong. Question of whether it was going to be fair or not. Coming inside on a 3-1 count. If you're going to jam a hitter, Trying to jam him 3-1, 2-0, 2-1, 3-0. Not the place to go.
Infield in at all four positions in a 2-1 pitch. Fastball away. Albert Pujols came up there in a 2-2 tie in the fourth inning and blasted a 3-run home run to the seats. And then his defense, you talked about, often overlooked.
It was at the bottom half of the inning, the top half of the inning, he was receiving handshakes.
And into center field, scoring is Walker, and Pujols has driven in 4 runs here tonight, and it's a 4-run Cardinals lead. Cardinals went out and made some shrewd moves. Their general manager, Walt Jocketty, brought some players in here with postseason experience, players that have won rings. Most notably Tony Womack and Reggie Sanders, who got rings with the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2001. Brought in Larry Walker from Colorado, another weapon. Swing and a miss, and the St. Louis Cardinals are headed for the National League Championship Series. That will start on Wednesday night. The opponent to be determined. They win this National League Division Series 3 games to 1, and for the 7th time will play in the NLCS.
Now, and because of that cap and his inability to run full speed, you know, an unintentional intentional walk right here would set up the possibility of a double play ball.
Absolutely. And he's got to prove to this Astro team right now that he could still hit.
2-0 to Pujols. Hammered in a deep right center field. We are tied. Said it again. Come on. Broken bat into left field. A base hit will drive in Williams, and Walker pulls up with a run-scoring double to make it a 1-run game. And hopefully everybody's all right. The head of that bat went flying near the stands.
That's one of the scariest things you'll ever see at a ball game. When a bat breaks like that and ends up in the stands, but look at the ball goes the other way, and because of the strength of Walker, is able to knock it down. 4 strikeouts is rolling.
The 1-1 pitch. Line into left field, base hit. They're going to wave around Walker, and Rowland delivers.
Perfectly done.
So Woody Williams taken down, gives up 4 runs, 4 hits in 6 innings. Roger Cedeno, the pinch hitter, 11 of 45 off the bench during the regular year, with 9 runs batted in. Broken bat roller, that is a fair ball, and Bagwell makes the tag, and the go-ahead run scores.
But Bagwell did have to move far enough to that ball so that it was an easy play for Renteria to score. Plus, Bagwell can't throw the ball from me to you.
Well, you take a look at that stat. There's a bouncing ball, and an infield hit for Womack makes it a 2-run Cardinal lead. Starting with the 96 National League Championship Series Game 5 and extending through games 1 and 2 in the 2000 and the 2002 LCS. Cardinals have played 5 best-of-7 format playoff games at home and never had a lead until now.
We talk about how potent this offense is. And in this inning, with the offense, with the runs that have scored, it got one ball hit out of the infield.
Paul's another shaky outing out of that Houston pen. Whether they're getting through the infield or not. He gave it up in game 4. He allowed the base hit to Roland, which brought in the tying run in the 5th inning. He's given up 2 of his own here in the 6th. And that is one huge advantage the Cardinals have in this series. Their bullpen. Runner goes. Throw to second. Womack's in there.
Still a great jump by Tony Womack. Can still get it going when he has to.
Now, one courtesy pickoff throw over to first base by Qualls, which Tony Womack certainly was anticipating in this situation, and got a great jump.
One hopper in the hole. Vizcaino will throw, and it gets away from Bagwell, and Womack will score. That's the ball that Vizcaino's got to stick in his pocket. Cardinals trying to break this one wide open. One-run score. Here comes Pujols. They're waving around Roland. Throw to the plate. Safe. 3-run double by Edman.
Just to finish that thought, as good as he's been to this point, his pitch count is very reasonable. As he went out to take the mound to start this inning, Phil Garner had some activity down there in the bullpen. Just in case.
Womack goes. And no throw down to second base. Womack got a good jump, and it appeared as though Ausmus did not get a good grip.
This stolen base is all off of Monroe right there. Great jump. Gone. Ausmus, stick it in your back pocket. Great view of the jump right there. And Ausmus just said, why throw it? Can't get him.
Third stolen base in this postseason for Tony Womack, who stole 26 during the regular year. Monroe struck out Walker twice tonight. Swinging in the first, looking in the third. Pujols looking to tie it with one swing of the bat on this 3-1 pitch. Base hit center field. Bill Garner pacing around down in that dugout. And this Astros team will need better than that to win this series. In the air, left center field. Backing up Biggio.
breaking ball. Not too bad of a hanger. Down around the knees. Rolen went down and got it.
Different pitch, but almost the same location as the base hit he got through the left side last night to get him off the schneid. Ball down and in. This time a curved ball went down and golfed it to left field.
At Busch Stadium, Game 2 of this National League Championship Series. Cardinals won the opener here last night, 10-7. Pujols to start things against the new pitcher, as Orlando Palmeiro remains in a game to play left field. Part as a double switch. Dan Maselli now on the mound. Maselli, one of 2 members in this Houston bullpen with postseason experience. He pitched for San Diego way back in '98. A scoreless inning in Game 5 of the division series. 2/3 of a scoreless inning in Game 4. He lost Game 2 when he gave up the home run to Rafael for a call. And he's given up a long one to Pujols. This guy something. He is something.
And this crowd's going to call him back out.
Strike one to Rolen. So the very first batter Maselli faces here in the 8th inning. A home run to Albert Pujols in a 5-4 St. Louis lead.
Bob, you almost get the feeling that Pujols just wasn't happy hitting his line drives up the middle for singles all day long.
Wow, that is a strong man. Tony La Russa was talking about it this afternoon, his ability to stay inside the ball. That time that wasn't your typical stay inside the ball swing. He got the bat head out there in front of home plate. It looked like he was trying to buggy whip that ball to left field.
This one hammered left center field. They go back to back.
I don't think you can pitch around Albert Pujols anymore. Looks like Scott Rolen is starting to heat up a little bit. Obviously, that calf muscle's feeling a lot better. See the reaction from that Cardinals bench. That was a no-doubter. That ball cleared the bullpen out in left center field.
Pujols first guy on the step to congratulate him. Watch Rolen put his head down and start running. He knows it's way out of here. Just let me run around the bases. Boy, the reasons, because a lot of times if you're trying too hard to get too fine with your pitches is when one gets away from you and then out over the middle of the plate. The other thing is Pujols is such a great bad ball hitter. We've only seen really one called strike, the first pitch he threw to him. The rest of them have been out of the strike zone.
Hammered into left center field, and Pujols plays long ball.
was down and out over the plate. Little comeback sinker started on the outside corner, was tailing back toward the middle of the plate. That is a strong young man right there.
And pretty much what I talked about as well. That's a nasty pitch. It wasn't a great pitch to hit. Down and away.
Edmonds' first pitch swinging, pops it up into left field. Now Pujols going back to the bag to tag up. And here he comes. Here comes the throw from Biggio. Not in time. Now that is pushing things, to borrow the phrase from Tony La Russa.
Of the three Astros outfielders, Biggio by far the weakest arm. He's caught flat-footed out there in the left field making that catch. Albert Pujols challenges his arm and beats him on this play.
The trail runner will also advance.
That's just great baseball and knowing who you're playing against. Biggio not comfortable in left field, does not throw nearly like he used to. They know that if you're going to challenge someone, he's the guy to do it. And have any chance of throwing someone out at third base, you've got to get behind that ball, come in and catch it on the run.
Base open here. With Sanders in the on-deck circle. The batter is Edgar Renteria. He singled to right field his first time up. And a base hit into center field. Pujols scored. Roland scored. The first two RBIs in the series for Renteria.
Slumping at the plate, one thing you can do is get back to basics. Stay up the middle of the field. Renteria gets a sinker down, stays right up the middle. Ball hits off the side of the mound into center field to drive in a couple of runs.
They're falling behind 2-0. I know it would be a leadoff walk, but are you going to let Pujols beat you or anybody after him with one swing of the bat? Nowhere close.
Now the point now being, you don't need one swing of the bat to beat you anymore. You do if there's nobody on. Once you have base runners on, a gapper can beat you.
Well, here today, Chad Harville and Qualls have both made up for disappointing outings in this league championship series. Combining for 3 2/3 innings of shutout baseball is tonight Miceli's chance to make amends. A mile high and playable for Chavez. One away. We're rolling up there. First pitch hacking after a 4-pitch walk to Poole. You gotta wonder.
Now, those guys in the middle of the lineup are not used to getting a take sign. They're up there to swing the bat. They're up there to drive in runs. Ola perhaps chasing a pitch a little bit up out of the strike zone. Couldn't get on top of it.
This was the guy, Jimmy Edmonds was the guy that I said at the top of the show that needed to make an impact for the Cardinals today. You don't get many bigger chances than this at-bat right here.
Edmonds singled his first time up. He struck out his last 2 times up. First pitch swinging, dumps it foul. Edmonds hit 42 home runs during the regular season. And we are going to Game 7 in the National League Championship Series.
Let's go downstairs to Chris Myers.
All right, I'm with Jim Edmonds, who's exhausted. Just got a handshake from Tony La Russa. Congratulations, Jim. Talk about the pitch you hit.
I don't even remember. The fastball up. I was just trying to be short and quick, and finally hit the barrel after about 2 weeks of struggling. I'm just trying to hit the ball and play, man. This is awesome.
Well, there you say it is awesome. These fans, and how frustrating. What kind of a roller coaster ride for you emotionally? Looking like the game was won, the Astros tie it late, and then you're extra inning.
Well, Izzy was out there. He's our man. And, they worked hard and got a run. And when you're at home, just like they were, they always got the last at bat. And we got game 7.
And Roger Clemens, a quick thought on facing him, but here.
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be fun.
All right, good luck. All right, we'll see you tomorrow night. Tom?
Well, you know what they're thinking in St. Louis. The last time they had an LCS walk-off game winner, the Wizard of Oz in 1985.
Last week, scouting reports, videotape, there are no secrets at this point in the season.
In the air, deep left center field. Edmonds on the run. Dives, and he got it! Throw into second base. They can't double up. What a play by Jim Edmonds!
There is no way he catches this ball. Look at where he is. Look at the ground he's making up and the full dive and extension away from the play. Fantastic effort.
The guy has been a human highlight reel his entire career. Great diving catch. Both the runners were on the move. You'll see it here on the right side of your screen. Had this ball been thrown to a cutoff man, they conceivably could have gotten Vizcaíno at first base. He was well off the bag at first.
And they thought he had no chance.
It's not a bad spot. He's leading off the next inning.
And he leads off this inning with a double. Here comes a squeeze, and it's going to work to perfection.
Absolutely perfect. Tony Womack waits until Clemens committed to deliver the ball to home plate. Suppan waited, and then just pushed that ball out to the right side of the infield. Tony La Russa said he was going to push even harder tonight against Clemens. And when he says push, he's talking about base running.
1-2 to Poole. Into left field, and we are tied. Pujols into second base. A 2-2 game.
Pujols starting to change those numbers. Clemens first pitch fastball right down the middle. Then he went away from him with a fastball. Then up in the strike zone. Pretty good pitch to hit. Pujols missed it, and then he didn't miss the exact same pitch the next time around. Clemens with poor location in that at-bat against Pujols.
Now Roland with a chance to give the Cardinals a lead for the first time tonight. Which he does. Is it gone? Yes! Down the left field line by Roland. His third home run in this LCS.
Clemens not making the adjustment. We talked earlier on how he has been challenged in the middle of the order with fastball after fastball after fastball, and everyone thought that he may adjust and go to his breaking pitches later in the game. He didn't do it, and he's getting hurt.
Runner at third, 1-1 to Walker. Broken bat, base hit right field, 5-2 St. Louis. Get him on, get him over, get him in.
That infield drawn in, it doesn't take much to get the ball through. Just to the right of Jeff Bagwell, to the left of Jeff Kent. Sure, the barrel of that bat distracted both the right side infielders as it gets through into right.
On the ground to second. And for the first time since 1987, the St. Louis Cardinals are going to the World Series. What an amazing year for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Carl Yastrzemski going 0 for 4 in Game 1 of the 1967 series. And after that game, after 163 games.
That ball is down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone. A home run for Walker. And it's a 4-2 Boston lead in the third. Walker has hit 2 knuckleballs tonight. 1 for a double and 1 for a home run. And it's a 2-run game here in the third inning. Wakefield during the regular season allowed 29 home runs. That was tops on this Boston Red Sox staff, and Walker gets him here in the third inning. Arroyo came in the fourth. Pitched a perfect fifth. Got the first 2 here in the sixth. A chopped base hit down the third baseline. Then the throwing error has Taguchi at second, 2 out. Here comes a 2-2. Renteria lines it into left center field. It's a 1-run game. That ball goes all the way to the wall, and Renteria is standing at second. It is 7-6 here in the sixth.
And Arroyo does go to the breaking ball, but he hangs it. A slider that backs up and stays over the middle of the plate. Rifled by Ramirez in left field. So 5 straight breaking balls. The problem with that is that 5th one's got to be a little better than the first one. And Arroyo hanging that pitch. It shows you right now the problem with the throw to first base. I think Bronson wishes he had held on to that ball. Then you have second and third, perhaps. Second and third. It's still a 2-run ball game.
America's #1 pregame show's back, and tomorrow they take a look at the Jets' best start in franchise history and their attempt to end the Patriots' streak. Plus, we'll break down the Packers' chances to get back into playoff contention. Warren Sapp goes 10 yards with Terry Bradshaw. Fox NFL Sunday returns tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Fox, as Mike Myers, a left-hander, and Mike Timlin, the right-hander and former Cardinal, get loose in the Red Sox bullpen. Here's Walker, and the Cardinals are a hit away from tying this game. That is a fair ball. That's going to tie the ball game as Trot Nixon goes to get it down the right field line. It's 7-7, and Walker is 4 for 4. Went 6 innings over 3 days. Games 4, 5, and 6 through 100 pitches over those 3 games. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Renteria grounds a base hit into left field. Marquis will come to the plate after initially stopping. A throw home, safe, and it's a 1-run game.
How in the world did Veritek ever hold on to the ball? Terry Francona out to argue. It looked like he had the plate blocked. Marquis had stopped at third base. And then by the time he resumed his path home, he runs right smack in the middle of Jason Veritek. Watch Marquis rounding third, given a stop sign by Jose Oquendo, the third base coach. Boy, that was very, very close. Great play by Veritek. But a good call by home plate umpire Ed Montague.
Larry Walker into shallow left field. Ramirez coming on. Camping to play. Cedeno will go to third and come around and score. Over to third is Renteria. And it's second and third, only 1 out as Manny Ramirez has made back-to-back mistakes in left. Another error on back-to-back plays in left field by Manny Ramirez, who the last half inning was celebrating a go-ahead hit, and he just flat out boxed it, sliding into his right.
Yeah, this is a major league error right here. Manny Ramirez, ball hit the back of the glove as he tried to slide to make the play. A lot of left fielders do that. A lot of outfielders do that. Cedeno broke toward third, broke back to second, and now scores rather easily. The second consecutive error for Manny Ramirez, and now they'll walk Pujols.
Well, we saw that the other day with David Ortiz and the Yankees. They respected him enough to walk him almost in front of Manny Ramirez. I mean, there are certain times and certain guys that just say, hey, I don't want him to beat me in this ball game. And Albert Pujols is definitely the guy in the Cardinals lineup that you do not want to beat you if you can avoid it.
The crowd rises to its feet. We're at Busch Stadium, St. Louis, game 1 of the National League Division Series. Jim Edmonds homered in the first inning. So far, the only run of the game, but now the Cardinals are going for the jugular. The bases are loaded with 1 out against the Padres' Jake Peavy. And that will get a run home. And it rolls into the Padres' dugout. Edmonds also came home, but they'll have to go back to third.
The ground ball. Now they're going to walk him. This makes a lot of sense to me. You know, Reggie Sanders does strike out a lot.
0-2. Slider reach for and off the glove of Sweeney into right field. Edmonds scores. Here comes Pujols. Safe. Walker over to third. 4-0 Cardinals. Sanders got that 2-run single with a 2-strike count in the third inning. And the crowd now rises to its feet, waving those rally towels. 3-0 to Sanders. Left field. Klesko looks up. There it goes. A grand slam. That's going to do it for Peavy. Reggie Sanders knocks him out of the box, and they chant Reggie. And why not? He's driven in 6 runs in the first 5 innings of this game. They have driven the Padres ace out of the box, and they handed him a licking in the final analysis. 8 runs in 4 1/3 innings.
Reggie Sanders, though, is certainly locked in game 1 with 6 RBIs. Hitless today. Not anymore. Down the line. Edmonds is in. Pujols heading into third. It's deep into the corner. They're waving him in. Albert Pujols trying to score. The throw home, not in time. For the third, not in time. Reggie Sanders with a triple, and that makes it 6-1.
Well, Reggie just gets a pitch down to the zone and drops the head on the ball, pulling it down the line right there. You know he's going to get one, but Albert Pujols, he can run. And you see him coming around second base to third. Jose Oquendo getting deep down the line to gauge where the left fielder was. Outstanding job by Oquendo.
And you can see right there, Bruce Bochy didn't think that pitch was too low.
Bruce Dreckman is the home plate umpire. You got Larry Walker on deck, 3-0 the count. Swinging away. Deep right center field. Giles on the run. He'll have to go chase it. Eckstein going to be waved home by Oquendo. And Pujols with the big turn will stop at second base. The throw cut off by Fick, and it is 1-0. St. Louis.
And I think he working his way out of that jam in the first inning really, gave him a big boost.
That's going to be a base hit to right field.
Nice hitting.
Third hit for the Cardinals.
Well, first pitch was in, and then he goes away with a fastball. See the target. He hits the target, and Molina hits it the other way. Look at the target. Nice spot. It's good hitting there by Molina.
By the way, Benji Molina, who's having a great series against the Yankees. He's homered in all 3 games of that series, but last night he got knocked out of the game when he got hit by a pitch in the 7th inning by Tom Gordon. And the X-rays did turn up negative, which was very good to hear. And he was not going to be able to play in today's game had it not been rained out at Yankee Stadium. As Matt Morris has a long look at third base coach Jose Oquendo here. And you said that last night. No, he was going to be all sore and
be able to play today. No way.
But they said that he was actually, the elbow on which he got hit was better today than they anticipated. He was not going to play today, but now he might be able to play tomorrow. They'll see how he feels tomorrow and how the elbow responds. That day, that rainout could really work to the Angels' advantage. They went deep into their bullpen last night. Shields and Escobar each went 2 innings. Morris bunts it back to the pitcher. Woody Williams is going to go to second. There's one. Green back to first, and off the glove of Fick. Was that Woody Williams who'd hustled over to cover, or was that the second baseman? Because somebody was on the bag if Fick had been able to retrieve it in time to get it back there to get Morris. That ball is hit deep into left field, down the line. Klesko back. Goodbye! A 2-run homer for Eckstein. 334 to the foul pole, or in this case, the foul building. And Eckstein, who hit only 8 home runs all year, muscles up here to the count. And Jim Edmonds was talking about this ball club, and he said, we had 3 of our regulars out with injury. I didn't have a very good year because we were carried all year by Eckstein and Pujols. That ball is hammered down the right field line, up against the 322 marker. Giles retrieves it. Edmonds digging for second, and he's in there standing with a double. Kind of warming up out there right now.
Well, I think this is a good play to walk Albert Pujols, although you're, going to have to pitch to a left-handed hitter, Larry.
Is not a good offense for having to play catch-up baseball.
Well, 3 runs are not too many, but you can't fall any further behind and expect to be able to catch the Cardinals, because the Cardinals aren't going to stop.
That hit him. A slider, and Walker starts to run to first base. Then he stops. He's really limping. That got him right around the knee.
Well, an 0-2.
56 more in the second inning. 2 runs in, 3 men on. And that's a base hit down the left field line. Edmonds scores. Pujols scores. Stopping at third is Walker. It's a 2-run double for Reggie Sanders. He's got 10 RBIs in 3 games. It is 5-0 Cardinals. Fouled by Molina. There's Matt Morris, the pitcher, on deck. Padres down by 5. Molina, for the whole season, hit .252, but he hit .330 in spots like this. And that's a base hit. Grudzielanek scores. Nunez right behind him. The throw goes in towards second. And Yadier Molina with his second hit of the night. And the Molinas are tearing it up on both coasts right now.
And that was excellent hitting. I mean, a fastball away after throwing a breaking ball down there. Look at this. I mean, that's just, he just reaches out, doesn't try to pull it. Look at that. He's going the other way all the way. And he finds the right field line.
It's 7-4 now with 2 down in the ninth. 2 men on. Right back to Isringhausen. And the ball game is over. The series is over. The St. Louis Cardinals have won the division series. And they'll be moving on back home to Busch Stadium to play either Houston or Atlanta starting Wednesday.
And he's back out there tonight. Reggie Sanders, for the first time in the last 7 years, wearing the same uniform in back-to-back seasons. And look at the numbers in a 3-game sweep of San Diego. A National League Division Series record and a real turnaround from postseasons past for Reggie Sanders. In fact, through 2004, in nearly 200 at-bats, he had only knocked in 13 runs. He had 10 of them in 3 games against San Diego.
And there's no question he's the hottest player for the Cardinals coming in, but for me, he's the best matchup against Andy Pettitte of anybody in this lineup. He thinks he's going to throw him all game.
Reggie got his ring, so I think he's over.
And that was the reason, too. I mean, Reggie, the biggest knock on him was always that he couldn't catch up with a good fastball. Certainly Roger has one.
In the air, left field. Berkman looking up, and Reggie Sanders strikes early in game 1.
Very surprised on pitch location with Sanders. This ball's middle in. They pitched almost every pitch middle in to Sanders. He can handle that pitch. Pettitte throws 91 max. He's not the Roger Clemens that can throw the ball past Reggie Sanders, and that's why I thought he was the most dangerous guy in the lineup.
The one defense that the Astros have is Andy Pettitte's pickoff move to first base. It's such a good move. Not only does it fool runners, it fools hitters. If he throws a pickoff attempt to first base right here, Carpenter may tip his hand at home plate, or even the runner at third, Grudzielanek, may break.
Here he comes. They put it down, and they have successfully squeezed again. Two-0 count. Why not? 3-0 Redbirds. Their 16th successful squeeze on the year.
The thing is, you know they're going to do it, or they're going to attempt it at some point in the at-bat. You just don't know when. But you called it, Tommy, after a pitch out.
Carpenter to follow Nunez and roll over to the top of the order with David Eckstein. Into left center field. A base hit by Nunez, who is 2 for 2. We caught up with Astros pitching coach Jim Hickey a moment ago and got his thoughts on Andy Pettitte outside of the Sanders home run in the first.
Gesundheit.
Bunted up the first base line. And Carpenter his second sacrifice, the other of the suicide squeeze variety. And he goes the other way and dumps it in, a base hit. They're going to wave around the runner.
Here comes a throw. It is not in time, and Eckstein delivers again. 4-0 St. Louis.
The kid can flat out play the game. Watch the instincts he has rounding first base. Mike Lamb does a great job of acting like he's going to cut the ball. You saw him right there. Eckstein said, no way you're cutting this ball off. I'm going to keep going to second base. It's a tough read.
That what makes an organization a great organization among many, many other things. It's not only the players you bring in, but it's also the players that you're willing to let walk away. I mean, Matheny, a very, very good player, but when it's somebody else's time, Molina in this case, it's time.
Walt Jocketty has done an amazing job for this Cardinal organization in doing just that.
Pulls to right field, and another Cardinal run. 5-0.
For a hitter who has the power that Albert Pujols does, he's got a very compact swing, does not lift that front leg. You'll just see he lifts his heel off the ground, puts it right back down, and more often than not with runners in scoring position, Albert Pujols looks to drive the ball to the opposite field. Got a fastball up and out over the plate, quick compact swing for a big power hitter driving home the run.
Cierre del sexto capítulo y otra vez la parte medular de la artillería de los Cardenales para enfrentar a Roy Oswalt. Play Monton. Aquí es el dominicano Pujols, palo sólido para jardín izquierdo, la pelota se va y está del otro lado. Estalla el cañón de Albert Pujols y los Cardenales se acercan 2-1.
Stage fair, and Lamb couldn't get to it. It would have just trickled into the corner, and guys would have been running for days.
Eckstein, Edmonds, and Walker aboard with 2 out. Houston leading 1-0 here in the third. 1-1 pitch. Lined into right center field, sinking, and it falls in a hit. 2 runs will score, and Grzelcyk, with a little flare into right center, gives St. Louis a 2-1 lead. Pujols in the air, left field, and Pujols has given St. Louis the lead. A dramatic, towering 3-run home run. Stunned in disbelief here in Houston. A single by Eckstein, a walk to Edmonds, and how about Albert Pujols?
He got the slider, but it was not a good slider. Stayed right over the middle of the plate. He nearly knocked that left field wall down out there behind the Crawford boxes. I mean, that's the best extension we've seen from Pujols in this series. He has no doubt that ball's headed out of here. Boy, the collective intake of breath turned this place into a vacuum when that ball came off the bat of Albert Pujols.
Soon as it left the bat, there was no debate about it. Pujols walking up the line to watch it.
Well, Pujols will get the credit for hitting the 3-run home run, but a huge tip of the cap to David Eckstein for his battling at bat, getting a base hit. Then Jim Edmonds, very patient, draws a walk to get the big guy to the plate.
Well, this guy, we talked about him the entire series. If there's anybody better in the game today, I have no idea who that would be.
Oswalt has not been forced to throw his breaking ball very often. You'd think he'd sit dead red.
Fly ball into center field. Tagging up at third is Grzelcyk. Tavares a pretty good arm. Here comes a runner, and the throw is cut off. Looks like he held on to that one a little too long. Sack fly RBI by Rodriguez. And the Cardinals on the board, a 3-1 game. We know all about the Chicago White Sox and what their pitchers did in that American League Championship Series, pitching all but 2/3 of an inning in the entire series. 0-1 to Grzelcyk. Lined into left field, a base hit. That's the way it got started in the 9th inning in Houston 2 days ago. A 2-out single. Then by Eckstein, now by Grzelcyk. Contreras, Burley, Garland, Garcia. How good were they?
Oh, they were pretty good. Is that an understatement or what? That makes you look like a real smart manager when you can send horses like that out there. They throw complete games. Your offense scores enough runs to win games. You can just send the bullpen on home.
Now Yadier Molina. Wheeler, the pause in the pitch. Fly ball into right field. And for the first time in Houston Astros franchise history, they will play in the World Series. Well, so many Cardinal fans staying around. A big tribute out on the Jumbotron in right center field. The final game, Bob Brenly, at Busch Stadium. So many great memories in this ballpark and great baseball teams that played in it.
And great individuals on those great baseball teams. This is a fitting tribute that they showed on the Jumbotron, and they won't have far to go to find the new ballpark.
51 postseason games played at Busch Stadium tonight. We bid it adieu. For the MVP presentation, let's go back downstairs to Steve Lyon.
Start Duncan at first.
Payoff pitch again. Here he goes. And there it goes to deep left center field. Back, gone. Albert Pujols has done it again. A 2-run shot here in the 4th inning, and the Cardinals have struck first 2-0. He was almost out on the ball behind the plate with Piazza, and now he hits one out.
Well, the whole sequence, a little griping about the first pitch. Jerry Davison, he got into it. Albert stayed mentally in tune with the at-bat, didn't lose his focus. He battled all the way, and then finally got a pitch in the middle of the plate, a hanging breaking ball on a 3-2 count, and he deposited it even here in Petco.
So you say the crowd got into it, they just got out of it a little bit. 11 homers now in the postseason for Pujols.
Big moments.
And rip past the diving Barfield. Eckstein will score. Pujols to third. Edmonds comes through. 4-0 Cards. It's different than a 3 Martinez lunch. Hit well. Blum's not going to get that. Molina comes through. Belliard scores, and it's 5-0 St. Louis. And now this crowd so hopeful, so energetic, especially the way Peavy started. Just strike, 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 strike. Now a couple of boo birds out.
Well, another sinker inside, but didn't quite get to the inside corner. A little flatter left up. Molina, instead of fouling it off his leg, can get underneath it and hit the line drive. And Tony La Russa's aggressiveness with...
Now the count 2-2. Pujols sharply hit to left to Roberts, and they're going to send Preston Wilson to throw. Trying to be cut off, and now between first and second, Pujols hung up. But there's nobody at second. So Albert Pujols with a sharp hit to left. No question by third base coach Jose Oquendo. Send Preston Wilson.
Well, fastball in. Albert makes a good swing on it. Dave Roberts hits the cutoff man, Russell Brandon. Pujols thought he was going to have to go back. Then when the ball was bobbled, he got caught in the middle. And then Russell Brandon did not make it back to second base. There to cover. Off center with a man on first. You got your first baseman covering the bag, so I think we go right after him here.
Edmonds up the middle. Diving is Walker, but he can't make the play. Pujols scores. RBI Edmonds.
Trevor Hoffman. Things stay this way for the ninth inning. We'll see Trevor. Taguchi fights that one off. 0-2. So Taguchi from the Japanese leagues. He's a very fine outfielder. Runs well. And he's been a very useful role player for the Cardinals. Can steal a base. 0-2. That was a hanging slider deep to left. Gone! A home run! The first run of the day for the Cardinals on a home run by a guy who hit 2 home runs all year.
Well, he threw him such great sinking fastballs and tailing fastballs in, and then he hung him a breaking ball. Looked like it was out over the middle of the plate and up. And Taguchi just hammered it on a line.
Mike started for the Padres through the second half, getting loose. Lined into center field, and it falls in a base hit. 1 run scores, throw to the plate, cut off, and now in a rundown, but nobody's home. The runner fell down Belliard to end the inning. But the game is tied as Belliard is now 8 for 16 against Williams. Boy, for those of us that grew up in Cincinnati, it breaks your heart to watch Pete Rose now.
I know it.
It really does. This would be a better game if somehow, some way he were back in it. But that's a long ways away.
If ever.
1-1 account on Encarnacion. Go ahead, run at first. Breaking ball down the right field line towards the corner. Fair ball. Giles just getting to it. They're going to wave around Pujols. Here comes the throw from right field. The Cardinals have the lead. Again, a 2-2 pitch. And he's hit the back. So the Cardinals have taken their first lead of the game. A leadoff walk to Pujols in the 6th inning. 1 out later, he scores on a double by Juan Encarnacion. That Imperial catching on here in St. Louis. And the Imperial man delivers with a base hit to bring in Encarnacion. Boy, Spezia has been so clutch so often this year. Into right field, another hit. They're going to hold the runner at third as Giles throws a 2-hopper to the plate. So another 2-strike base hit against Meredith, and they are loaded for Chris Carpenter, who will back with a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Brandon will come to the plate. His throw is wide. Squeeze by Eckstein to perfection.
Tony La Russa trying to get the St. Louis Cardinals to the league championship series for the 6th time. Fastball up and in, 2-2 on Roberts. Cardinals lost the 96 LCS. Lost again in 2000. Defeated 4-1 in 02 by the Giants. Beat the Astros in 7 in 04. Lost to the Astros in 6 last year. Two pitch. Breaking ball on the ground to Pujols, and for the 3rd straight year, the St. Louis Cardinals advance to the National League Championship Series.
Molina is quite frequently a first pitch swinger. He is one of those guys that does not want to get to 2 strikes for fear of striking out, and a guy who, as I mentioned, hit only .216 during the regular season. He goes the other way and hits it into right. 1 run will score. Here comes Spezio. 2-run score on the hit by Molina. He's into second. It's a 3-2 game. Edmonds and Spezio come around, and with a pitcher Carpenter coming up, that is a huge hit out of the number 8 man in the Cardinal lineup.
Well, that was a huge hit right there, and what Yachty does very well is he stays inside of the ball. He sees the pitch away and stays inside and just drives it to right field, right over the first baseman's head.
That they might go back after Chris Benson, but they did not, and therefore, because of the injuries to El Duque and Pedro Martinez, they have young John Maine, 25 years old, from Fredericksburg, Virginia, pitching game 1 of the division series and game 2 of the NLCS. 2-2 pitch. Edmonds hits it well into center field. Beltran back at the wall. This game is tied. Jim Edmonds goes deep with his 54th career postseason hit. It's a 4-4 game in the 3rd inning.
Talked about it last inning about Willie Randolph's decision so far not to get the bullpen up. I mean, the Cardinals, it's understandable for them to stick with their number 1 guy, Chris Carpenter. But if you take your game plan, and that's usually relying on football, and you talk about going through the lineup twice with John Maine, there's still no activity in the Met bullpen, and I am very surprised. Cleveland, talked about that earlier. Florida.
Get great stuff. The count 0-2 on Spezio. 2 on, 2 out. 2-run New York lead. And a fly ball into right field. Back is Green in the corner. And this ball is played off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Pujols, now Edmonds, and it's a 6-6 game. The Cardinals are saying that was a home run, and it looked like it got over that blue wall.
It did.
But the right field umpire is Tim Welke, the crew chief, and Tony La Russa is going to go out and argue. Let's take a look and see if this ball hits black or blue. Off the glove and off the top of the wall. That ball's in play, and the right call made by Welke.
Here on Billy right here, he's got to come right at him. He can't afford to walk Taguchi with Albert Pujols on deck.
And Taguchi hits one into left field, back at the wall. This ball is gone. So Taguchi, a home run to put St. Louis on top, 7-6 here in the 9th inning. second home run of this postseason. And for a guy who went in as much for a defensive replacement in left field last half inning to take over for Duncan, he goes deep to left off Billy Wagner, and the Cardinals lead for the first time tonight. To the Cardinals in 2002, and he just had his biggest swing to put the Cardinals on top. Now Pujols, 2 for his last 2. Chavez makes the play. Pujols reads it and gets into scoring position with nobody. Wainwright getting loose for St. Louis in their bullpen.
I think the reason Johnson is up is Delgado leads off the 9th inning. The Cardinals don't score, and Delgado would represent the tying run.
Spezio hits it fair down the right field line. Pujols scores. It's 8-6, and Spezio has a double. Darren Oliver gets loose. Encarnacion grounds one through the right side. Spezio coming to the plate. Sean Green does not make a throw, and it's been a 3-run 9th inning and a 9-6 St. Louis lead. It's all over this ballpark to the facial hair that Scott has sported since spring training.
Called the Imperial.
Spezio into right field. Green is coming to get it. It is another hit for Spezio, and 2 runs will score. Spezio ends up at third. He has delivered yet again.
Sean Green was playing Scott Spezio into right center field. Remember, he is a left-handed thrower, and because of that, he has to dive for the ball. The ball came up and hit him in the chin, I believe. Hit him right in the chest. Of course, Wilson scores easily, as does Pujols, and we'll see whether it's going to be a double or a triple, but a triple is second in 2 nights. And remarkably, Scott Spezio has done it again.
And now trying to start this second by retiring Jeff Suppan. Another 0-2 pitch, and Suppan hits it to deep left. Chavez back. This ball is gone for a home run. Jeff Suppan goes deep, and it's 3-0 St. Louis.
Look at Steve Traxel. He is livid. He's about halfway between the mound and second base, and he should be mad at himself.
1 career Major League home run before that swipe, and Suppan has just added to the Cardinal lead.
Now, when you get a pitcher buried in the count like that, 0-2, and knowing how defensive he's going to be, and you throw a ball right down the pipe, you ought to be mad at yourself. Like it hit the top of the fence and bounced into the Met bullpen. How about that?
Now a walk from Traxel. That is walk number 4 for Steve Traxel. 1 on, nobody out, and Preston Wilson digs in. Preston walked and scored back in the first.
Often is it that a major league crowd picks up on a balk? You can hear the crowd going ooh, ooh, ooh when Traxel threw over to first base.
Now Wilson hits one off Traxel's leg. He's in pain. Eckstein goes first to third. Still nobody out, and Traxel's limping around. Another walk. That's 5 by Traxel. Very good athlete, good hitter, and he will bat second when the Mets come to the plate in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitching out of the bullpen and right into the action here in the 2nd. And this one gets away from Loduca to score Eckstein. It's 4-0. Right now they're ruling it a wild pitch.
Everything that Darren, more of a cutter.
Edmonds,
more of a cutter. And that cutter gets away from Loduca. And Eckstein scores easily, moving up the other two runners.
Edmonds rolls one to first. Coming to the plate is Wilson to score. It's 5-0. Even with the infield in on that bouncer by Jim Edmonds, Preston Wilson ready to run, and he scores without a play, 5-zip.
Like he is tonight, so he didn't want any kind of letdown from his ball club.
Pujols was 0 for 2 with a walk. He's 0 for 1 tonight. And in the air to left field. Back at the track, at the wall. It's a home run. And Pujols has just impressed Glavine. Side. Pujols pulling a home run down the left field line. Belliard with a chance, 2 on, 2 out. To the opposite way. Base hit. Here comes Roland. Here's the throw by Green. This game is tied.
It looked to me like Belliard went up looking for something away, was going away, and found the hole like Edmonds did. You could see the head on that outside changeup trickling through to right field, and Roland scores to tie it up.
And that's how you have to approach Tom Glavine. You have to play small ball with him, because if you try to hit home runs off of him, aside from Albert Pujols, who's one of the best power hitters.
Wilson into right center field. Green will turn and run, and so will Eckstein. Digging for third. All the way around. St. Louis up 3-2. Back in 2001 as the Rookie of the Year. Three-two pitch. That is ripped in the air to right field, down the line, and Duncan off the bench doubles the lead. With his dad, Dave Duncan, waiting to greet him when he got to the top step of the dugout. What must be going through Dave's mind watching his son tour the bases here in the postseason?
Who said that was an odd choice?
Bunting to the right side. Coming in to score is Edmonds, and on basically a safety squeeze and a bunt for the RBI from Belliard, it's a 1-1 game.
Yeah, the difference between a safety squeeze and a regular play is a safety squeeze, the runner doesn't take off until contact is made on the ground. Belliard pushing the ball to the second baseman. And that was beautifully done with the pitcher coming up next. Watch Edmonds. He doesn't break initially, but waits till the ball is on the ground before he comes home.
And out, so it's made it a lot difficult for him to sit on one pitch.
Hard hit, base hit. Rolen is on with one out here in the 9th inning. So Rolen, for all the talk about his shoulder and his relationship with Tony La Russa, which we have gone through here tonight and has been dissected by the media this postseason, was robbed of a home run and now hits a sharp single through the left side. He's the go-ahead run on here in the 9th inning. Yadier Molina hitting one spot higher than he has this postseason for La Russa. Molina 1 for 3. Six home runs during the regular season, 49 RBIs, hit only .216. Coming into this game, a .351 career hitter on the road during the postseason. Hitting 7th tonight. He hits it in the air to left field. Back is Chavez. At the wall, this ball is gone. 2-run home run, Yadier Molina. And St. Louis takes a 3-1 9th inning Game 7 lead. Hitting one spot higher in the lineup, and he follows Rolen's base hit with his second postseason home run this year.
It looked like a letter-high changeup, and it kept carrying and carrying and carrying.
2 quick strikes on Carlos Beltran with the bases loaded, 2 out. The Mets down by 2. Breaking ball struck him out, and the Cardinals have won the pennant. Molina leaps into the arms of Adam Wainwright as the rookie closer strikes out Beltran looking with the bases loaded, and the Cardinals celebrate before their trip to Detroit. The Cardinals getting the offense in the top of the 9th inning from the unlikely source of Yadier Molina, who's been good this postseason, hit only .216 during the regular year. 6 home runs all season. A 2-run shot in the 9th inning to put St. Louis on top, and then he squeezed the final strike on a breaking ball from Wainwright, and this game ends 3-1. Then this hitter, Scott Rolen.
Where the first fastball missed, up.
6 hits, 32 at-bats during this postseason, no RBIs. And he hits one into left field, back at the track, at the wall. It's a 1-1 game. Scott Rolen gets his first home run in the postseason since 2004 when he went deep off Roger Clemens in Game 7 of the NLCS.
High fastball, right above the belt, middle of the plate. Actually, between the letters and the waist. And this is the pitch. Do not want first base occupied when they pitch to Pujols. Jim Leyland telling us that you can't drive yourself crazy about that the Cardinals are a good lineup. Pujols is the best hitter.
That is a fair ball down the right field line. It takes a funny bounce. Molina will score, and it's 2-1 St. Louis as the rookie Chris Duncan delivers with 2 out here in the 3rd inning.
So Verlander throws Duncan a 2-1 changeup just inside the line. Changeups have hurt both pitchers thus far. You can see that grip. When a pitcher grips that ball tightly, the slower the pitch. Just inside the diving ID in, and now there is a place to put Pujols, but the Tigers are going to pitch to him like it's 0-2.
Pujols, runner at second, 2 out. And Albert Pujols hits one into deep right field. Back at the wall, it is gone. 2-run shot, Albert Pujols with first base open. The Tigers pitch to the MVP, and he makes Detroit pay. It's 4-1 St. Louis here in the third inning. Third home run this postseason. He had only 1 RBI the entire NLCS. He's got 2 here in the World Series now.
So instead of pitching Pujols like it was 0-2, Verlander pitches him like it was 2 balls and no strikes. Tell you, Jim Leyland told us before the first division game against the Yankees, Joe, that Tuesday night, that he'll be second-guessed a lot in the division series in the ALCS, and he'll be second-guessed about that too. Well, first base open.
I just don't understand it, because he was talking about, I'm not going to go to the point, I don't think, where if it's 2 out. That's for the entire season, including the Giambi home run earlier in the postseason. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 1 out. Nate Robertson trying to get out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation. Edmonds grounds it fair, past first, down the right field line. 2 runs are going to score. Belliard is held at third. Edmonds has delivered for St. Louis 2-0.
Not every hit is a mistake, but this is a mistake by Robertson. Right in the middle of the plate to Edmonds. Edmonds turning on what appeared to be a backup slider, maybe a fastball, thrown about the same speed, driving in the first runs of this ball game.
Hooked it inside the bag, played off that short wall by the right fielder Ordonez. Base hit. Here comes Taguchi. The throw by Monroe to the plate, cut off, and the Cardinals lead. Pujols tagged out, and the 7th inning is over, but Preston Wilson has put St. Louis on top for the first time tonight. Game 4 goes to the 8th inning. Preston Wilson with a 2-out RBI hit. 4-3 St. Louis. In game 4.
Just outside.
Eckstein flies one into left. Monroe is not going to get it. And the Cardinals lead it 5-4 here in the 8th inning of game 4.
Greg Monroe did not look like he saw that ball all the way. He glided toward it, and the ball off the webbing, and Eckstein with a double.
Wow. Bruce in the Cardinal dugout. Eckstein shatters his bat. That's a fair ball. Inge throws wildly to first. Cardinals take the lead, and Eckstein down to second. He has delivered again.
Probably a hit and an error. Have to wonder how that ball stayed fair. It was a great backhanded pickup by Inge. And by the time he got to his feet, he throws wildly to second base side of first base. And Eckstein takes second base. Good throw, he has it.
It is a single, an RBI E5 on the throw to send Eckstein out to get the mud out of the spikes of Verlander. Leland trailed everybody out there, and as it turned out, Leland ends up having a visit with Verlander in what should be a bunting situation for the Cardinals with 2 on, 1 out, and not much speed at second with Molina, the lead runner. Bunt to Verlander, the play to third, and the throw. Another error by a Detroit pitcher. This game is tied, and it's second and third with only 1 out. Unbelievable. 2-2 in the fourth.
Second error of the series for Verlander. He didn't throw the ball. He goosed it to third base. He just tried to push it over there.
And you can add another pitcher error to the list. Eckstein hits it to short. A run scores. Throw to first out. Cardinals lead 3-2.
Taguchi didn't run right away. Jeff Weaver ran, but Taguchi didn't.
A hit and a walk in the inning. Rolling hitless tonight. Came in having hit in 9 straight games. Into right field, Ordonez will play it on a bounce. Here comes Eckstein. Cardinals lead by 2.
A huge 2-out hit by Scott Rowland. Fought off, inside-out swing. Ordonez in right field has to play Rowland deeply, respecting his power. Ordonez throw home is late.
Year by year. And now he stands at the plate. And with one swing could turn this game around.
27 home runs on the year. He doubled off Wainwright in last night's game.
Strike 1.
Molina faking to first base, and Albert Pujols giving him the calm sign. Don't be throwing down here foolishly. And throwing a ball into right field as Todd Jones, the stopper, warms for the Tigers.
Inge at the plate for the Tigers. Strike 2. Last night, Inge hit a fastball. He hasn't seen one in this at bat yet. For the first time since 1982, St. Louis has a World Series winner. the middle of the celebration. Let's go down to Chris Myers with Jim Edmonds.
Joe, a house of